Hi guys, welcome to Dark Minds and Butterflies, episode 4. Alright, we are going to have a little bit of a mix-up. I had messed up on the episodes of Dark Minds and Butterflies when I was posting them on yesterday, but this is episode 4, part 2 of Financial Wisdom and more. Now, on part 1 of this, we talked about how to find a job, how to save money, and things of that nature. Now we're going to talk about why is it very important to do your research, okay? For those of you guys that do not know who I am, hi, my name is Nix Marakuma, and I am the owner of Marakuma Healing and the creator of Dark Minds and Butterflies, where we talk about the good, bad, and ugly of life. We get into it. All right. This is also stuff that I post on YouTube. So if you like what I do and you're interested in it, follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. It's free. And you get a lot of videos that not only I do on TikTok, but that I do elsewhere. All right. Okay. So that being said, let's talk about it. Why is it important to do research on your job? Because I want y'all to understand you are responsible, right? You're responsible for going in there and showing up to work. You're responsible to do your job. And if you get a job that's really far away and you cannot make it, you're going to put a lot of problems and stress and struggle on yourself, okay? So you need to make sure that it's close by. It pays you enough. It's a job you can do. The work environment is healthy, okay? Now, as you guys know, or that you will know the more you watch these videos, is that I'm not really against any specific gender. And by that, I mean women can be just as deceitful and conniving as any man, and men can be assholes. People can be dicks, all right? Everybody has a little bit of bitchitude to them. They can be assholes and idiots, and everybody possesses that ability. My point in this statement is that you can get yourself a boss that's a woman or a man or a person that will sexually assault you, that will give you a hard time, that will not treat you right. That is a very toxic person to work with, or toxic employees, or customers and things. Like, for example, if you work in a restaurant, you may have a really good employee and your boss may be really awesome, but you get stuck with really shitty people about their orders of food. I've worked as a waitress, okay? I've worked in the restaurants. And I'm going to tell you this now. People are mean. Whenever I go out to eat, right? Whenever I go out to a restaurant, I make sure that I wipe the tables, I put the dishes and everything in order when I'm done, because I know how hard it is when the business gets really busy. You have thousands of people that you need to serve. You have to also put up the dishes, and you got to do all this other stuff. I try to make it easy for them because I know how hard it is, right? And I try not to give anybody any hard time when I go out to eat because I know that job is stressful. My point is that if you go into a job not knowing what you're going to get into, then you're kind of setting yourself up to fail, because you have to ask yourself, are you able to tolerate, like, is getting the money worth being disrespected at work? Can you handle it? Can you back it up? Because I'm going to be honest with you, that may not be an easy thing to do. I know that there are some jobs that they couldn't pay me enough to deal with it. Like, I had a job that paid me $5,000 a month. You heard that right, $5,000 a month. And I was treated like shit. I was treated like shit every day. And that money was not enough. But I did it. I stuck to it for like a while until I was able to, get out. But know what kind of job you want. Know what makes you happy. And if you can't get the job of your dreams, then get to the thing that's closest to it and work your way up. Just because you can't get the job that you want doesn't mean that you can't get a job, period. You're just going to have to get the next best thing and then work towards transitioning over to something else. When you do your research on the job that you're getting, right? You know what you're getting into, you know how much they're paying, you know what it's like, so forth and so on. Now, speaking of payment, this is what the other half of this is going to be about. All right? Sit down. Yes, you're going to hear me from across the room, but this is something important. I want you to listen to it. So sit back, get a snack, and relax. Get comfortable, because we're about to get into it, baby. When you are doing payroll, you are going to get some money taken out of your check. Okay, babies? You're going to get it taken out of your check. Now, I want you guys to forgive me for all these hearts. I'm doing these hearts for vent and rhythm and rhyme. We talk about emotions and people and things, okay? Yeah, this is a lot of fucking hearts. But let's just pretend that this is, money. I'm going over there, and your job will say, hey, you can get it direct deposit, which means we send the money that you get paid for directly into your account, okay? It may take some days, but it'll go in there. Sometimes, if you go by direct deposit, you will not get the rest of your money. Where did the rest of your money go? It's due to taxes. Remember when you file your taxes and you get money returned to you, right? You get a little check that has money coming back from you from all that hard work that you put in, right? Yeah, that's where the money went. So you get paid, maybe you worked and you got $1,500, but you only get $1,200. Well, what happened to the $300? That $300 went into taxes. This is for your W-2 form, okay? When you file your taxes and you file your W-2, you get money back that was put away, taken out of your check, that's now given back to you, okay? Because taxes. It makes the world all fucked up and go around. So you have $1,200 every time you get paid, right? If you get paid by cash, does that work? Yes, you are going to go over there and you are going to sign a paper saying that this is the date. You're going to sign your name and date it and get the amount of money that is to you. This proves that you have gotten your payment and that you got the money, and you're going to put that cash in the bank or whatever that you do with that, okay? You can also get a check. Well, why do every time I have to get a check, I have to take a picture with the check to prove that you got the check for yourself and the company has proof that they paid you, okay? When you are getting direct deposit, it takes some time for it to get into your account because say that payday is on a weekend. That means it has to come when the bank is open and the bank closes early on weekends, all right? What if it's on a holiday? That means you may get before the holiday or a little after the holiday because banks are not open. This does not mean that your bank or your account is fucking with you. It just means that payroll, it takes its time to give you the money. I have done payroll. I have done the whole shebang when I was a manager, and I'm telling you this now. Please be patient. Please be patient. Give us a break. Okay, yes, your money is very important, but we don't control payroll. Okay, we go over there, give you the hours to the payroll people calculate it, send in the money to the person, and it takes fucking time for it to come through. These are just tips and tricks of it, okay? All right, stay tuned for part 3 where we talk a little bit more about financial wisdom, and then we are going to go into, after that, episode 5, which will be strong belief, defense, and convictions. So yeah, as always, slay the day. Be happy and be gay. I love you guys very much. Peace out. Bye.